today I have with me Dominique Brule, who is the segment marketing manager for Near Field Communications. And that's going to be the subject of our topic today. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask Dominique, really, what on earth is NFC? Please can you explain it to us?
So actually, Near Field Communication is a short-range wireless technology, which has been co-developed by Philips and Sony. I mean, by short range, I mean here up to 10 centimeters. For many years, the industry has developed a lot of long-range wireless technology like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, or now wireless USB. But actually, none of them were suitable for proximity applications like payment, like ticketing, like access control. For those kind of applications, I mean, what the consumer needs is, first of all, he wants to feel the control. Secondly, he wants to feel the security. And on top of all, he wants technology which is really easy to use. I mean, and this is exactly where NFC comes in. I mean, just by waving your phone on top of a contactless reader, and you can perform a secure payment transaction. So if we take as an example the contactless system here in London, I mean, the people, they just have to wave their contactless card on the reader to pass the turnstile. I mean, you can easily imagine that in the near future, people migrating from a car to a mobile phone, NFC-enabled mobile phones. And on top of this, you know, those people, they can pay and load tickets over the GSM network. And consequently, they won't need to queue up anymore. And NFC is just going to simplify your daily life.
I mean, Dominique, you've mentioned a few applications of NFC. You mentioned things like payments. But in general, you know, how do I use NFC? What do I do with NFC?
So actually, 200 users, let's say inhabitants of the city of Caen in Normandy, they've received NFC-enabled Samsung phones, loading with a payment application, with a payment application from Cofinoga, which is a very renowned banking institution in France. And those people, they could go in more than 20 shops around the city and just pay by waving the phone on the contactless reader, which is connected to banking terminals. And without pressing any button, they can perform a very secure, let's say, payment transaction. Using the same phone, the same users, they can also, let's say, access the largest parking lots in around the city just by check in and check out with their phone. So using the same mobile phones, you can also get access to your telco operator services by using the NFC reader mode. Actually, this is very simple. In the city, you'll see some, let's say, smart posters, which are posters with an embedded passive tag. And when you see those posters in the street, just imagine, for example, you have the, let's say, the poster of the latest Spielberg movie, and you just touch with your phone this poster, and you get automatically connected to a server, and that allow you to stream the movie trailer. I mean, you get immediate access to the information and to services. And this is also the beauty of NFC. And you can, let's say, in this reader mode, you can also, I mean, in many areas in the city, when you see, let's say, a historical monument, you just can, once again, a passive tag that, for example, allow you to receive SMS or to get connected to a voicemail, giving you, let's say, the main feature of the church or the history of the monuments. So actually, your phone is becoming, in that case, simply an audio guide system. Now, in peer-to-peer mode, because the peer-to-peer mode was not implemented in that trial, so I'm going to take another example. So, because in that case, NFC is used, let's say, to configure long-range wireless technology. So let's take as an example 2 Bluetooth devices. So you have on one side Bluetooth phones, and on the other side, a Bluetooth headset. So you want to configure them together. So for people who are not used to Bluetooth, I mean, this operation is much too complex. First of all, you need to browse through the menu and you have to switch Bluetooth on. Secondly, I mean, you have to search all other Bluetooth devices in the field, and you need then to select the one with whom you want to talk. So actually, it's quite a painful process. For people using NFC on, let's say, Bluetooth on a regular basis, I mean, the process of doing this is much too long because they are pairing their headset maybe 5 or 10 times a day, and it's an operation that takes roughly 5 to 6 seconds. And in that case, I mean, we can just using NFC, not to replace Bluetooth, not at all, but using NFC as a complementary technology to Bluetooth. You just bring the two devices close to each other in the, let's say, 10 centimeters range, and the two devices are configured because you exchange via NFC the Bluetooth settings.
So, Dominique, you've mentioned piloted in car, and clearly people are experimenting with NFC, but is anybody actually using it in the real world?
So we, Philips, we have been involved in many field trials all over the world. I mean, of course, this trial in France with Orange, but also with Chunghwa Telecom in Taiwan, or with Singular in the US, or with Vodafone in Germany, Telefonica in Spain, and many others. And actually, the feedback we've received, from those field trials is exceptionally good. I mean, let's say the consumer, point of view. I mean, they say, NFC is such a cool technology. It's such easy to use, and this plus, let's say, the benefits that bring NFC to the telco operators shows that this technology is one of the most promising technology that will hit the market this year. Of course, 2005 was a year for field trials, just to test the technology. And now, we've realized that this technology is really going to take off. Of course, it's not going to take off, let's say, equally in all different regions. There are, let's say, countries where people are more used to, let's say, to contactless for transport, or payment. And in those countries, the migration, from cars to phones, it's going to be very fast. And we think that, let's say, the commercial rollout is going to start with those countries this year, and massive, let's say, deployment will occur in 2007. Let's say, just to sum up, I will say that, the wish of consumer is to get connected to, let's say, to get easily connected to entertainment, to information or services anywhere, anytime. And NFC is just the technology that will allow it to happen.
Well, Dominique, I do know you have an NFC phone in your pocket. So could you possibly give us a demonstration and show us how NFC works?
Yes, of course, David. So during 3GSM, Philips, together with Telefonica, we've launched a VIP program. Let's say all the visitors coming to the 3GSM event, they had such a MyFair card, let's say, which is the contactless technology from Philips. And using the 200 phones which are being distributed to VIPs, those people, they were able to collect business cards just by, in that case, scanning let's say, those cards. I can show you here. Just, let's say, reading a card like this, you get information directly loaded into your phone. So after having read my card, I can get access to all my personal details that were stored in this card. Like, for example, my name, first name, let's say, company address, and so on.